Alright, there we go. Welcome everyone, BJ Waller back with you for episode 42 of the Elonian Adventures. Picking up right where we left off here in episode 41. Going to finish the Rally the Princes quest. Had to run all the way out here though, just to get away from the white noise of the waterfall, so I can at least get better quality of the music for the intro slide here. So just gotta run back here. So thank you everyone who stuck around from episode 41, which we just did, doing back-to-back episodes live here on channel BJ Waller on Twitch. Not our usual stream night here tonight, Wednesday nights. We usually or Tuesday nights. We usually only stream in the afternoon Eastern Standard Time with our Adventures in Azeroth World of Warcraft stream. But I indicated in the channel feed down below for this week's schedule, real life throwing some changes at us, so for the next couple of weeks, so we've got to shift some stuff around. Normally Guild Wars, we normally stream Guild Wars Saturday afternoons, but trying to get a couple of episodes in here because we are a little bit behind, I think, on our episode runs here. Alright, Rally the Princes. So you have that old man who never leaves home even if unless there was self-show at the festival. They are still setting up in the Garden of Severine, but most of the princes are already inside with their entourages. I can let you in to look around before the celebration starts. Kahani is already there, and she can give you a quick preview. Alright, thank you. It'll be great to get a sneak peek. So, let's see what this is going to be all about here. Yes, we are ready.
Welcome to the Garden of Severine, the most beautiful place in all of Vabi. This party is to celebrate the Day of Liss.
Looks impressive. Will the princes be here?
They wouldn't miss it. It's the social event of the season. Prince Amtor the Mighty is down from his citadel. His captains are a dour group. Prince Metu the Wise is here with his scholars and his daughter.
That's Talcora.
Yes, Princess Talcora, Metu's daughter. You mean she never told you? And Prince Baka the Magnificent. Well, he's here as well.
So it should be fairly easy to talk to them.
One does not simply go up to a prince and say hello. Talk to the members of their court first. Work your way to the top.
Sounds like a lot of trouble.
You would prefer to fight monsters? You'll find Vabi to be a more civilized land, but no less dangerous.
Oh, and so Talcora is a princess. Who would have thought? Okay, so let's do this. There's nothing to fear. I think that's what we had there, right? I know that's yeah, that's leadership. That's not. What did I have here? Oh yes, I had mending refrain. There we go. Boom. Oh, and we lost our heroes as well. We'll have to change that around. So let's see. Master Whispers. We shall do. Now, where's our? Oh, there's Zaffirin und Ferzin from our Tyrion Adventures and Canton Adventures series, respectively. They are now heroes journeying with us in Babi under the leadership of Zarathan. Alright, so I think pretty much everything, all we can get done in this episode again is just trying to finish out Forum Highlands here. So at least we got this area map cleared. So we still have this entire region down here. That's interesting. That seems to clear out a little bit there from that cinematic, I guess. Interesting, interesting, interesting. All right. Alright, yeah, so that's what we're going to be doing this episode. We've been exploring here, we've been exploring there. Okay. So we might as well get on with it. I don't think you know what we need to do. Let's sell some of this stuff here, and then we can. Oh, that's right. Okay, I gotta talk to her first to keep the quest. Oh, how convenient. Alright, that should give us a little bit more space there to work with anyway. So we'll see how things go. Oh good, more attendees for the Festival of Lists, and foreigners nonetheless. Oh, Dragoon Gunner, thank you for the host, Dragoon Gunner. Need a shout out for Dragoon Gunner, fellow Twitch kitten there. Of course, I don't have my camera on for my Elonian Adventure series, so you can't see the cool Twitch kitten t-shirt I'm wearing at the moment. But yes, we've got to give out the Twitch kitten love. If I can spell correctly. I'm sure this is not anywhere clears. Oh, yeah, it is. Woohoo, woohoo, woohoo. I actually got that right. I can't believe it. Okay. That's oh good. Oh, I already read that. Let's just it seems you only have one, so you will have to attend separately. Okay. That means I have an invitation. I think this means it's pretty much a solo mission, which is fine because of the nature of the mission. Probably not going to get through the mission today because I definitely want to finish exploring Forum Highlands first. So I got to look up exactly how to do the mission again. But yeah, let's just get on with it. It's late enough as it is. We've got to get going now. Joy, 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 joy. Oh, you know what? Problem is I don't have my new bot up, do I? kind of low key here. Oh, you know what I wanted to do too? I wanted to change my, because we're not broadcasting any anything extra life specific, so I did want to change the community too. Let me do that real quick here. In the meantime, let's it doesn't really matter which entrance or exit we go out of, so might as well run this one. Run that one. Come on, dashboard, load up here. Thank you. I'm going to take that one off, and we will go to Chill Streams. This is the one I flip back and forth with between Extra Life and RMGB. There we go. Update that, thank you. Oh. Alright, hopefully that Tums will kick in soon too. Otherwise it's gonna have to be a truncated episode. Alright, so let's head down this way. So let's see how long it takes us to get through the rest of Forum Highlands here. Oh, chest already? Really? Oh, you're way over there. Okay. Oh, wrong buttons, wrong buttons. There we go, excellent. I sort of seem to remember this level. Oh, could be thinking of another little spot here. Oh, I got something else there. There we go. Itchy. Yes, hound. I think we can flip around this way now. Ah, joy, more scree. How fabulous. Really not much to note through most of these areas here, but and you know, that was even, that's really even the case no matter which campaign it is. There just seemed to be a lot more to prophecies, I guess. A lot more reason to be in each of the various areas. Oh, materials. We got there damask, silk, square. No more clay bricks, huh? Not that they were ever in. I think they were actually removed before Nightfall even came out. Oh dear, stuff left over from beta. Oh, so long ago. I got no energy. Oh crap, I got no energy here. I gotta get out of here. These guys are freaking brutal. Oh my god, look at all the Ellies. Elementals. I don't think he was a Lightbringer bounty either. Good golly, Miss Molly. See, he's probably the Lightbringer bounty, which doesn't help when you have to kill all the elementals before you even get there to pick up the bounty. Alright, let's just go for it. There we go with all the reses. Wondering when they get around to resing each other. Oh, they act as a boss. I guess I didn't need that skill if I picked up whatever skill it has in an earlier zone here. So I didn't have that listed in full. Okay, let's see. Uh-oh, we aggroed. And this is the guy here. They're the nasty guys, the rubies. The ruby genies. Oh my god, we're dead. We're dead here. Can't get this guy down for crying out loud. There he goes. Not that matters now, we're all dead. Ain't much I can do about this. Except to die. Thanks. Over aggro again. Oh my god, these things are murder! Oh, Jesus. Oh, we're way back here too, aren't we? Ah, so that shrine never activated. We got loot to pick up there too, I think. Two separate groups. As long as we don't aggro both of them, we should be fine. Nothing? Oh, okay. We didn't have any loot. I thought we had loot, but apparently not. Oh. Okay, good. Just about to aggro the other group. Ruby one is down, so that's half the battle there. Diamond guys are nasty business. Only the fact that they're hard to get down. They are definitely hard to kill. Well, I guess. Relatively speaking, of course, depending if you're the casual noob or not. Lock 77. Game sound is louder than the voice. Oh yeah, possibly. In fact, I think it is here. Let me bring that down a bit there. There we go. That might help. And yes, hello. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the Elonian Adventures, episode 42. Adventures of the Casual Noob. Oh, I knocked out a little bit of fog there. Froggy, froggy, froggy. Let's go, froggy. Adventures of the Casual Noob, aka massively multi-playing, as I think I put in my schedule down in the channel feed that I was going to do massively multi-playing today, but after I wrote that, I realized, hey, you know, I need to get a couple of Elonian Adventures episodes done here. I bought GW1 years ago on Steam and tried to play the other day because I got back into GW2. Yeah. Yeah, GW1's still out and about. In fact, I was thinking about GW2 in our previous episode earlier this evening, and how we're coming up on the 5th anniversary. I can't believe it's been 5 years already since Guild Wars 2 took the game. I guess I get the IP. I guess you could say. In the new direction. But I could not get in because I have NC Soft username. Apparently that's old, so I created a ticket 3 days ago. Still no response. Yeah, that yeah, I know they've done a lot of different things over the course of the last few years with the accounts and everything else. Because you know, obviously. Guild Wars 2 came out. They sort of had you could tie your accounts and this and that. Yeah, but yeah, it's messy. Yeah, and if it's Guild Wars 1 support you're trying to contact, that is when you might get an answer from that, because obviously now they've officially stopped supporting, I think, the game. I mean, they'll do. In fact, there was an update. I remember there was. So I meant to go on the wiki and check to see what the update was about. Which makes sense, but you might have better luck going through Guild Wars 2 support at this point. Mylings, hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping by this evening. Alright, I gotta figure out which direction I want to go here. Yeah, I guess I should go back up this way, as we've cleared out everything up to that point, so we can get this little ditty here. Well, that cleared out, and I'll just leave this section here. Alright, good. Yeah, there's been a lot of people over the course of the last few years who've come back to the game and actually picked up the game because of Guild Wars 2. Obviously, two very different games. I did mention earlier, so let me mention here why there's. While we've got some people in chat, there is a website group. forums and stuff like that, dedicated Facebook page and site dedicated to the original Guild Wars here. Mostly fans there on Legacy from Guild Wars Guru, which shut down some time ago, probably a year, maybe 2 years ago now. I lose track of time so easily anymore. But when Guild Wars Guru was announced that Guild Wars Guru was shutting down, a bunch of the guys who are knowledgeable in such things decided to start up another fan site, so to speak, and hence Guild Wars Legacy. Now the Facebook group called Guild Wars A New Hope has been around for a bit longer than that, and it encompasses many most of us same people are on both A New Hope and Legacy. For anyone interested we gotta get the hell out of here. This is gonna be death for us if we stick around here. Let's regroup here a bit. So we aggroed both groups. Run away, run away, run away. The MO of 10.5 years here of Guild Wars. Oh, even what? What the? Hurry! He's got to be a boss. Yes. Okay, that makes sense now. Son of a bitch. Yeah, you might as well just kill me. I was not ready for that. Oh snap! Yeah. Oh snap. Yeah. Yeah, the memories are not fond. The memories here are not fond of some of these areas. Christ, we still don't have another red shrine. You know, oh, and these guys just aggroed. Yeah, one of the things for certain, the game never got any less brutal in certain areas here. And I think some people would say that Nightfall is even more brutal than punishing than Prophecies and Factions. Which could very well be the case, and are you doing cartography amongst? Yes, yeah, I am. Yeah, I mean, I've started when I started my Tyrion adventures 2.5 years ago now, I guess, right? 2015, yeah, 2.5 years ago now. One of the main goals was just to sort of get a video catalog of the game, to play through the game on new characters. And while I've been able to reminisce about the game, you know, when it first played through and the good grand old days, and one of the and I've managed for the most part to avoid my OCD-ness through most of the stuff, where I'm not worried about Survivor and some of the title tracks and stuff like that. But there are parts like Cartographer. I still have to do with every character. I still have to do the exploration, do the Cartographer sort of thing. Because again, you know, a little bit of that it is part of cataloging the experience of the game. we didn't have them. Let me see here. Might be better off just aggroing him. And now I got wheat, of course. So we've gone through Tyria and Cantha so far in our adventures of the Casual Noob series here for Guild Wars. The main storylines, of course, the base game, so to speak, I guess you could say. This guy's gonna frickin' see me. I definitely don't want to aggro that other group. So we gotta bring them over here. And of course, I'm still deciding how I am going to, what I'm going to do about the Eye of the North, since obviously that anniversary is coming up in a couple of weeks here. Okay, good. Got him. All right. Okay, that's a little better. Alright, let's go nail these guys. Dang it. Oh, I'm all out of energies. Thanks for that, fellas. Alright, there we go. Fortunately, these guys are fairly easy to get down. Oh, I thought there was. Yes, where is the dusty urn? Where are you? Where are you? This way. I thought there was another quest down here. I don't think it activates yet. You give the urn a good rub, but end up with nothing but a dark stain on your sleeve. Okay. Rub the urn again, suddenly nothing happens. Oh, hello. Yeah. Yeah. It didn't like that now, did it? And here we die again. Oh, 1 HC. Let me pick that up before I die. Makes sense. Streaming wasn't really a thing back when the game was. Yeah, indeed. Yeah. Yep. So yeah, it's sort of. I've done it because, you know, obviously for the love of the game. You know, I've continued to play it through all the years. You know, over time, there've been a couple other games that have sort of limited how much I play. You know, I don't obviously play as heavy as I used to. Oh, good. At least we got this one activated. But at the end of the day, you know, especially now since the financial report for Guild Wars 2 just came out and it didn't look good. You know, at some point, no matter what ArenaNet says, you know, the game's going to end up being sunsetted. So I'm hoping to be able to at least have, you know, the video record for those of us fans who have enjoyed it over the years. Frick. I sort of remember this part and dying quite often, like we already have. So yeah, so that's what we're doing. And it's another good way for me to enjoy the game once again too. After, you know, literally years of not doing some of this stuff. All right. I'm trying to think if there's any strategy I can do, but not really. Not with the way these guys hit. Yeah, that didn't work out so well. That wasn't a brilliant idea. Oh, thank you for the follow, Autolock. Thank you very much for the follow. It's much appreciated. I think the upcoming expansion has brought life back in the... I, for one, just came back after 3 or 4 years of being away. Yes, yeah, the expansion. Yeah, there is... yeah, I remember... I don't follow Guild Wars... Oh, did we get him down enough to where he's a good guy now? Holy crap. Alright, so we gotta wait for Talcor to heal us. Yeah, there was talk, but I haven't followed Guild Wars 2 in a while. I've been on the forums or anything. Well, I was never on the forums, but I did follow the forums. Stuff like that. So I haven't really kept up too much. But yeah, I do remember talk of an expansion. But this, I mean, is this the first expansion or is this a second expansion? Mylings, thank you for the follow as well. Thank you very much. Oh, am I alive again? Thank you. Okay. So I could have swore we had to bring another NPC over here to this urn. Yeah, I think so. Okay, because I sort of seem to remember it leading up to something else in another area. So let's see what this guy has to say. Always wishing for wants or wanting a wish. You humans are all the same. So yes, the genie. We have to defeat the genie. Alright, so that's right. So we have to go pick up another quest somewhere. And then we have to be back here and do this stuff all again. Second. Okay, yes. Alright, so yeah, I do remember. So the talk I remember of expansion is probably the first expansion, which is how long it's been since I've sort of followed the happenings in Guild Wars 2. But I'm sort of interested to see now, because now that the report's out, and I wish I actually played the first GW and was more active. Most memorable things are what kind of things will you remember when it's after all said and done with GW? I wish I actually played the first. I wanted to try to get the other day, but could not get in. Yeah, I don't know if there's one thing in particular that I find memorable. I think it's the overall experience. I mean, really, Guild Wars was the first MMO that I got into heavily because of the nature of the business model and the design of the game. Well, yeah, we've always got max death penalty here, so the rest of what we do here is just going to be agony. Should have brought some. Do I have consumable? I don't think I didn't bring any, because I don't have that much room. But yeah, I mean, for me, the memorable thing is just the whole experience and ArenaNet proving really to the MMO space genre that, you know, you can build a great successful game MMO and not charge a subscription fee for it. and build it in such a way that it has such staying power to where, you know, obviously it's not as popular as it once was. People have moved on either to Guild Wars 2 or other games, but at the end of the day, you know, it's still here for a reason. You know, when you think about how many MMOs have launched in the last 10 years, and some of them are not here anymore. There's been quite a few of them are gone at this point. You know, some of them, you know, were around for a few years before they were shut down. Others, not so much. And here we have Guild Wars. Really, I mean, according to ArenaNet, will be around so long as there are people in the game playing it. And, you know, obviously, you know, there are, you know, most of the outposts are dead now. Obviously, you know, Lion's Arch and Kamadan, Xingje Arena, and Kanang Center are probably the ones where you will find, you know, people hanging out in the most. The Temple of Balthasar for the Battle Isles, of course, as well. But it just shows the staying power of the game that ArenaNet has built here. It's probably one of those times people DC'd out of a group and yet somehow managed to complete the whatever was. Yeah. Well, yeah, back in the grand old days before they had the ability to reconnect. Yeah, once you DC'd, that was it. You were done. You had no way to reconnect into whatever zone or mission or whatever it was you were doing. So it's very and, you know, it's some of those things, some of those improvements that they've made over time have helped the game have the staying power it has. I mean, could you imagine? I mean, I don't think the game would be as popular or even still be around if you know, they did not have a resolution for the disconnect issue to where you can reconnect back in. You know, if you manage to get back in the game within 10 minutes of disconnecting, and some of the other quality of life stuff like that. Know nothing of GW1. Don't know what an outpost is or things. You just said there. Ha! Sorry for my ignorance. Outpost towns. The outposts are the towns, the hubs. Right now we're in the explorable zone, explorable area. So all these things here, these are the outposts to where. You know, generally you hang out, you know, where the other people are. Everything here, unlike Guild Wars, the big difference between Guild Wars 1 and Guild Wars 2 is Guild Wars 1 is not an open area like most MMOs are, and like they designed Guild Wars 2 to be. So, you know, out in these explorable areas where we are now is an instanced area. So the only other people in this particular map that we can see are the ones that would be in our party, in our group here. Unlike, say, Guild Wars 2 and other MMOs where it's all open world and people are coming back and forth. So the only time you really interact with a lot of people, with many different people, and not just your own party, are in all the towns and the hubs. And so, as part of that design, whenever you exit the game or, you know, are disconnected from the game, if you are in a mission or an explorable area, it actually sends you the game sends you back to the last outpost you were in. So if I were to shut the game down now and load it back up and come back in, I would be back in Tahark Orchard. Yeah, because I can't talk. Tahark Orchard here, instead of out here, where in the typical MMO, you log out, you're gonna log out right here. When you log back in, this is where you're going to be. And not so here with Guild Wars 1. When you log out, you're getting sent back to the last outpost your character was in at the time. Yeah, I hope you do get back in, because it's great fun. And as I was saying that, obviously the festival, we have our festival events here. The festival events in Guild Wars 2 were born of the events that started here in Guild Wars. Yeah, we're just dying left and right here. But you'll find a lot of people come back for the festival events. They pop in and partake of all the festival quests and all that good stuff. That's when the game really comes alive, is during the festival events, like the days of old. But even in the days of old, after factions came out is really when you started to see some of the minor towns and outposts become dead zones. People, there was no, once you explored the area, once you did the quests for that particular area, there's really no reason to come back and do it all again, or hang around in that outpost. So obviously, once factions came out, the player base began to be divided between the different campaigns, and so that's really when you started to see some of the empty outposts and empty towns, was after factions. So that's really that was something that was happening long before the game went into maintenance mode. Oh my god, we got so much death penalty. Oh yeah, I don't want to touch. Yes, I absolutely do not want to touch that. Where is that? Okay, there it is. Actually, I think this is a cave. We can go in there. Oh, no, okay. Yes, I have no intentions of touching you right now. I think what my plan is for the hidden treasures is to wait until I finish the campaign, then do an episode or two of just going out to each of the treasures there. What's that? Oh, no problem for the explanation. Yes, indeed. I hear there are still people in the larger outpost daily. Yes. Yeah. So, yeah, there are a lot of speed running groups as well. And of course there are the Zacian dailies, which are daily missions that you can pick up in the battle aisles. There's one there are bounties for killing a particular boss in the game. There is a daily mission for completing one of the missions in any of the campaigns, and then there is the other one a vanquishing? I think the other one might be a vanquishing or something. Or no, PvP. The other one's PvP, a PvP daily mission. So you get one for killing a boss. There's a daily... Oh, no, yeah, please don't touch. A daily for killing a boss, a daily for doing a mission, and then a PvP daily. And so whatever those, whatever daily happens to be active for that particular day, you'll see a lot of people going through and completing those as well. Axiom Infinite, welcome to the stream as well. Welcome. So I mean, there are still active guilds as well. PvP is aside again from the daily missions, a little bit dead. Although there is a you know, there are a bunch of us, or I say a bunch of us because I only participate irregularly based on my work schedule and my stream schedule. From the Facebook group Guild Wars: A New Hope, they actually organize weekly Fort Aspenwood and Jade Quarry battles every Saturday and Sunday, starting at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. So just a bunch of people get together and play through those PvP maps for a couple of hours. So that helps, you know, keep PvP active. And you know, I've recorded sessions over the last couple of months that I have up on YouTube. Of course, I don't have an overlay here, so I don't have all my social media and YouTube information scrolling by, but all that stuff is down below the live stream window here. My YouTube channel, my social media, and all that stuff, where I upload all my, you know, most of my live streams and stuff like that. You know, obviously my Elonian adventures go up there. Oh, Babby chest. We will take care of you momentarily here, as I let my heroes do all the work and don't press any buttons. But yeah, at the end of the day, you know, I'm still here doing this because it's a fun game. I'm enjoying it. I've enjoyed it, you know, for 12 years. And damn it, Master of Whispers goes down again. These guys have got to have, yeah, almost max. Yeah, he's max. Where are we at here? Okay. Got about half an hour left here, so I might try to ease my pain here a little bit, because obviously we're going to have quite a few battles to get through here. So I might just zone back into one of the outposts and finish the exploration kind of fresh here. Cause we got a bunch of Hecate to get through here. So we can come out of Kodash here. Because really, all we got left now is, really all we got left is down. So maybe I won't, because, well, I do have to run up this edge too. So it might not be that much of an issue to run down through the edge here. And Kodash. Get rid of the death penalty at least, and I think, you know, I think I may have to go up in here too, don't I? Suffer and Succotash. I think I might have missed this part here. I'm gonna have to run back and see. So what we'll do is run back, and then I will definitely map to Kodash to finish that off. All right. This should at least be a little bit easier here, because we've already got this pathway clear. All right. Yeah, but definitely, if anyone out there has not played Guild Wars 1 and your only experience is Guild Wars 2, it is definitely a different experience. You know, just like us, just like the diehards of us who've never played really Guild Wars 2. I mean, outside of, say, the betas and stress tests, and oh yeah, we don't want to go there, thanks, and all that good stuff. You know, some people will enjoy Guild Wars 1 as well as Guild Wars 2, and others just, you know, it's just not the experience they're looking for. Just like for me, Guild Wars 2 is not the type of Guild Wars 2 I want to play. Oh yeah, look at that. There he is. Yep. I knew it. He's the one that gives the Lightbringer points bounty. So all that Jinn we killed, we got no points for it. But the good thing is, you know, even though the game is in maintenance mode, I mean, like I said, there are still active guilds. Yeah, we do have to, or no, we don't. Maybe we don't. There's still active guilds stuff, so you can still get things done. You can, you know, I think there are still groups that do the elite areas and do runs for that. Now I know some of them have stopped because there were a couple of people I was going to hit up at one point or another to get runs through, say, the Underworld and Fisher or Woe, but again, I never really panned out. I never really had the time to set aside and work out a time to do that with those people. And I know some of them have stopped doing it because they just don't play as often, or they just, you know, they stop playing altogether. All right, let's grab these guys. Griffin, 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 there you are. We'll take out Griffin. Come on, there we go. Thank you. What do I dislike about Guild Wars 2? Well, it's, you know, it's not Guild Wars 1, I guess, is the easiest way to put it. I have to hearken back to some of Colin's statements back during, you know, the early years in the development of Guild Wars 2. Especially, hey, we're taking everything you love about Guild Wars and putting it into Guild Wars 2. And yeah, not really. And some of that too. Some of, you know, I all respect to ArenaNet and what they've done here with both games, really. But some of the attitude they had, of course, by the time, you know, they started developing Guild Wars 2, it was a different team. I mean, obviously some of the core people were still there, but overall a different team with different perspectives. By the time they from you know, the team that built Prophecies and Factions. And we do have to go that way. But things like, you know, I enjoy the instance areas here. I enjoy the fact that there are no respawns, like you have in the typical MMO, to where, hey, you gotta get from point A to point B for a quest. Okay, so you fight through tons of mobs to get from point A to point B to do your quest. And then you gotta go from point B to point A again to get the reward from the NPC at point A. Well, by the time you finish, you know, that point of your quest, hey, everybody you fought through to get from point A to point B has respawned. So you get to fight all those same mobs over again just to accept your quest reward. So it's one of those MMO tropes that sort of, you know, some of the MMO tropes I don't mind, but some of them, you know, again, and that's entirely dependent on how the game is built. That can get annoying if you have to do that every single quest. Now I'm not saying that Guild Wars 2 is like that in any great regard, but it's one of those things that, you know, hey, I like open world. You know, I play a lot of MMOs, so I you know, I have the experience of the typical MMO tropes. Oh, we can't get down here. But at the end of the day, you know, I like the instanced areas. I like the fact that there were 8 distinct professions, and I like how the professions here work in the original game, with you know, the primary and secondary professions and all the skills. Now, obviously, you know, a lot harder to balance the game how it is designed here compared to how it's designed in Guild Wars 2, I think. But you know, it lends it was more fun to do it this way. Plus the fact that, you know, they eliminated some of the professions. Like, I like playing a dervish. Now, I enjoy playing all 8 professions. You know, so I was glad that we were able to buy character slots and add enough characters to where we can play one of each profession and then play around with secondary professions and stuff like that. Never been a fan of instant type games, so GW1 might not be it for me, but once my ticket is looked at, I will still try. Well, at this point, I mean, you take an MMO that is not WoW. I guess I should specify that is 10 years old at this point, and it, you know, open world or instance doesn't really matter because you're not gonna run across a whole lot of people. So in that regard, it might not make that much of a difference anymore whether Guild Wars 1 was instanced or not, because at this point, you're probably not gonna, even if this wasn't instanced, if this was open world, I'm probably not going to see too many people out in this particular area at this particular time that I'm exploring here. So let's all right, so we did that. Let me see something here. All right, good. So yeah, it looked like we did have a little bit there we could clear out, so everything else is good. So we just got to get down here. So let's do this. This will help save some of me agonies here. Cartographer, yes, cartographer indeed. Yeah, like I was explaining to my lings, yeah, I'm just, it's one of those things that, you know, through my cataloging of the game, but my OCD as well. You know, these, I don't want to say that these aren't my mains because, you know, oh, Quarain's a party leader. Oh, sorry. That's all right. I should have invited you, Quarain, but that don't matter. But, yeah, it's one of those things to where, you know, like I said, I've managed to avoid my OCD in terms of trying to get my adventures characters here the survivor title, but there are certain things where my OCD kicks in. I have to map clear. Plus, like I said, it's part of cataloging the experience of the game, which is sort of one of my reasons for doing the adventure series here for Guild Wars. So how far along are we anyway? Elonian Explorer. So we're over halfway. So I think we should be right on track here. I do have a spreadsheet. Yep, because I was that geeky about the game that I have spreadsheets about how much a percentage each area is, you know, sort of the order of quests you go through, the order of exploration, how long it should take to explore a zone and do quests and do missions. So, yeah. Yeah, really hardcore back in the day. Right on, man. I've played off and on for about 3 years sparingly, but I just wrapped up my Survivor and I got, Legendary Defender. I wish I'd been playing since launch. Yeah, that's, yeah, it's one of the things, like, if you start playing the game and you find yourself hooked in the game, it's one of the things that, you wish you'd started playing earlier. So I'm fortunate enough to where, I've been playing this game since the last beta weekend event for the game. When I attempted to play on an old, I think it was an old Acer laptop running Windows Millennium that was, not designed for gaming by any stretch of the imagination. And so my experience of the beta weekend, and I was playing on dial-up as well at the time. So my experience of the beta weekend was, yeah, loading. Oh, look at how bad the graphics are, because the integrated graphics card can't handle 3D graphics. But I can say I was there, and I managed to get a character created and got him sort of running around town. I mean, it was sort of a slideshow for me, but I managed. But yeah, I've been here since the launch and stuff like that. So you know, I'm glad that I was able to have that experience. And again, it's another one of the reasons why I sort of wanted to do the Adventure Series 2, was try to sort of recapture some of that experience. Because like I said, you know, it's literally been years since I've been through some of these areas and done some of these quests. I mean, especially Nightfall. You know, by the time Nightfall released, I had, you know, alts upon alts, which of course, like I said, you know, I don't really have alts. Every single character I play is a main character, because I literally go through the game as completely as possible whenever I play with each and every character. So they all end up being my main character. But I got to the point here where I've already had dozens of characters, so I just got in the habit of, okay, let's go with the first one, run him through this area. Log on to the second one, run him through this area, and just run and regrind each area at a time, each quest at a time, with each of the different characters. So instead of saying playing through the whole game with my first character and then starting a new character and playing through the whole game that way, you know, I had, you know, a dozen or so characters to where, you know, I've started, you know, I do 2 or 3 at a time, and I say, oh well, let me try this build, and so I'd start a new one. But eventually I worked my way up to 12 characters, and I ended up just all 12 characters. I'd go through all of Forum Highlands with all 12, and then I'd move on to the next area and that kind of thing. So I sort of condensed my playing time in that regard, to where once I had one area complete with all the characters, I wouldn't go back to that area if there was no other reason to go back to that area, you know, once all the quests and missions and all that stuff were done. So the only time I've really been back to any areas in any of the campaigns are for the festival quests. Oh, thank you for the follow, RTR Deuce. Thank you very much for the follow. So yeah, so it's like say here at Forum Highlands, you know, there's the two we did the Desperate Measures quest in our earlier episode earlier this evening. And of course, we do know that with the Jinn Overseer there is that other quest that brings us back to this area. But other than those 2 quests, I've never been back to the Forum Highlands. So literally, when I got here to do these quests, it was probably a couple of months after the game launched. So I figured, you know, see, October 2006, probably at the latest January, February 2007, I was here doing this. So literally 10 and a half years since I've been here. So it sort of helps give me sort of that new game feel almost, to where, you know, it's like I sort of remember this, but then I really don't. Started within a few months of launch, so many good memories. Yeah, I mean, really, that was the best time, because we, you know, again, you know, obviously new game, a lot of people here playing. But, you know, like I said, I've played a lot of MMOs now. I've seen the good and the bad and the worst. And, you know, we've had our, you know, the Guild Wars community has had its share of trolls and toxicity. and maybe it's sort of the rose-colored memories that I have, but you know, to me, out of all the communities I've sort of been involved with in the MMOs I play, Guild Wars had always seems to me, at least the impressions I have now, looking back on it, one of the best and friendliest and helpful communities out of all the MMOs and game communities I've been involved in. And I think that, you know, part and parcel is because of the game and ArenaNet. But, you know, I just think we had a really great community. So I was glad to be able to be there at the beginning to experience it at the community at its height. As I battle with a palm tree in front of the camera. So again, I mean, if anybody is interested and is not aware of it, there is a community called Guild Wars Legacy. Let me chat out the link again for anyone who wasn't here when I did it before. Legacy. There we go. Well, like I said, you know, there's a group, and this Guild Wars Legacy is sort of a group connected with the Facebook group Guild Wars New Hope is the name of the group. But Legacy is a site that was started when Guild Wars Guru was shutting down. So again, you know, obviously not a large community like it was back in the heyday of Guru. But again, you know, it's a bunch of great people here who still have a love for the game and the community. Okay, so we've been here, so okay, so good. That only leaves us a little bit there. Excellent. Good. That actually will give us a nice solid little episode done here. Now, I did say earlier too in the previous in the previous episode I streamed this evening. It's Tuesday night, right? Yes, Tuesday night. Oh my God, my days are so discombobulated with the schedule changes. Tuesday nights is not normally my night to stream at all. I usually just stream my adventures in Azeroth in the afternoon Eastern time. But as luck would have it, I am able to stream tonight. But my usual stream times for doing Guild Wars, I do Guild Wars every week, is Saturday afternoons. Again, depending on the work schedule, I work every other weekend, so obviously on my weekends off, my Saturdays off, I should specify. You know, I stream in there, so I do a Guild Wars. I do my Elonian adventures and an adventures episode every week on my Saturdays off, which is 2:30 p.m. Eastern time. So that's every other week I do it at that time slot. But every week I do from starting about 4 o'clock in the afternoon Eastern time. Is our weekly Guild Wars stream, and that alternates between the Elonian adventures as I am doing here. Obviously, when it's my Saturday on, I push the Elonian adventures to the 4 o'clock time stream. But otherwise, on my Saturdays off, when I do the Elonian adventures at 2:30, then at 4 o'clock, I'll generally partake and stream of the community Fort Aspenwood and Jade Quarry battles. For the most part, I mean that's the main thing I do at the 4 o'clock time for Guild Wars. But I'll also do some other stuff because I do have a regular who joins me besides Quarain here for our Guild Wars streams. And we've been trying to go through the challenge missions the last couple of streams. So we'll usually do some different stuff every now and again for their Saturday streams as well. But I will definitely. What is it? The 19th? Yeah. So it is this Saturday because today is the 15th, right? Yeah. So yeah, yeah. This is one of the reasons why I'm actually doing my double feature stream of Elonian Adventures tonight, because I unfortunately missed my stream this past Saturday because of technical issues. And this coming Saturday, my schedule has changed to where I can't stream at all on Saturday. So, figured I'd combine last Saturday's episode with this coming Saturday's episode and do them tonight while I had the ability to do so. But I always upload these episodes to YouTube as well. I think I'll revisit the game if I find people to play with. Yeah, like I said, there's still people here, like you know, if you go to Guild Wars Legacy, you know, there's like I said, a lot of people, some of the people in the active guilds are part of the community there. So if you go there, it shouldn't be too difficult to find people to hook up with, to play. Like I said, I'm playing, at least every Saturday I'm able to play, again, based on, real life schedule changes and that kind of stuff. So anyone's welcome to join. Me and my other regulars like Quarain and Fury Heidi on our adventures. Now the Elonian adventures are a little bit different because I have them a little bit more structured to play through the game. But again, anyone's welcome to join me on the adventures here. Just to play through, help me map clear, help me avoid some of the agony of party wipes, maybe carry me through some of these areas. But again, for like I said, everybody's welcome to come in and join in on the Fort Aspenwood and Jade Quarry battles. Whenever we do the challenge missions, anyone's welcome to come help us try get through challenge missions, and we'll probably do some Zacian quests, and dungeons and stuff like that in the future as well. Not very good at this game, to be quite. Hey, join the club. This is why I call it Adventures of the Casual Noob, because I've been playing. Like I said, I've been playing this game since the beta. Let's face it, I still stink. As Fury Heidi is more than willing to point out every opportunity she gets. So it at the end of the day, it's all in good fun. At the end of the day, it's all in good fun. All right, so where am I at here? This is not an outpost. Okay, this takes us to Vitendi Valley, which we don't need to do. Okay. Yes, Vitendi Valley. So good. We've actually got Forum Highlands map cleared. It took us 2 episodes to do it, but we got through it. We got the quest done. All right. So, and of course we did finish off Vitendi earlier as well. The part we missed, Miralis is complete. All right, so good. That I don't think we have any quests. We have absolutely no quests. So it all hinges on the Tahark Orchard mission now. So it looks like that's going to be our next episode. We'll be going through Tahark Orchard, and after that, I think that opens up the Garden of Seberine for us. So we still have this area to explore. We still have, this is the hidden city here. This is my favorite spot, is up here, so we'll eventually go through there And the Garden of Severine is here. So we still have 1, 2, 3 areas that count towards Cartographer to clear out. And then the Hidden City of Ashadim does not count towards Cartographer because it's an underground area. But I'm sort of looking forward to getting up into here and visiting I forget exactly, the library or whatever it's called up in there, because I think that is like Beacon's Perch and Prophecies. I think this was my favorite place just to hang out in Nightfall. So yeah, I think we're good. So let's pop into Hark here. And 100% map completion. Yes, yeah, Cartographer. Yeah, as you can see here, there is, I call it the fog of war, because some people, a lot of people are familiar with that term from, say, first-person shooter games and that kind of stuff. But the fog of war, it's, areas you have not yet explored, which is, every MMO seems to have it. It's sort of typical. So, I mean, if you played MMOs, you sort of know what we're talking about here is, the regions you have not explored yet. So, when ArenaNet came out with titles, these titles here, one of the titles, is exploring each of the 3 campaigns to 100% completion. Now, of course, this guy has only been in Elona, so I don't have the other ones here. But that's what this is here. Elonian Explorer. You will earn the title Elonian Pathfinder when you achieve 70% exploration of the continent of Elona. So that's essentially just exploring and clearing out the fog here that cover up the area. So here's the starter area here. This is sort of the tutorial island, the island where you do your leveling up to level 20, which is the max level here. I think, if I recall, that's worth about 20%, if I recall. The next area you get to here is Corna. So all these areas, I think Taraz's Procession is technically part of Corna. I don't think that's part of the Desolation. Now that's part of Corna, actually. So you get these areas here. So essentially 20, 40. As you can see, we're up to 60. So we should be well over, if I recall, well over 70% once we finish Vabi here. And that'll just leave the Desolation is up in this area here. That's really the Desolation is the last area that is explorable here. So that's worth about 25 to 30%, as I recall. Oh, my battery's on. Level 20, is max level that long to achieve? No. You know what? Let me do this. Let me run my outros for the episode here. That way I can end the episode. Then I'll be right back to explain that. So thank you, everyone, for joining me this wonderful evening for episode 42 of the Elonian Adventures. Join us next time, which I don't... when will next time be? Yeah, I don't think next time is going to be until the 26th, though. About a week and a half, unfortunately. But Saturday the 26th, I think, is the next time we'll be able to get Guild Wars streamed. In the meantime, thanks for joining me. Until next time, it's BJ Wallace saying, I will see you in game.